getting to what makes these people successful. But
Hmm.
if I look back on it, um, my grandpa was a uh, analyst. In a very very different world. So my grandpa was an industrial engineer. He worked for a large steel mill, and he designed data collection for the steel making process, collected the data, and then analyzed it in order to find out how to optimize each step of the process. And I didn't realize it at the time. And I spent a lot of time in the steel mill. Um, and I didn't realize it at the time, but as I got more and more into digital analytics, I'm like, this is literally the same thing. We are designing data collection, we are collecting and storing data, and we are analyzing it in order to make the process more efficient, a better process, better for employees. And that's what he was doing. And that's what we're doing today. It's just, we're sitting at home looking at websites instead of a hot steel mill looking at, liquid still being poured into a roller. But it's the same thing. And I guess that's a long way of introducing it's this unique passion for understanding how systems work, and taking that passion and turning it into a desire to make those systems work better. And really that can be applied anywhere. And so, having that as your background is way more important than, do you know how to collect a certain variable, or do you know how to migrate from universal analytics to GA4? Like, all of those things are kind of not very important in the grand scheme of things. It's having that mentality of just having an insane curiosity of how systems work, finding out how to collect the data to better understand them, and then use that knowledge to optimize those systems. I mean, that's what we do. And because of that, I think that's why in this industry we have such an eclectic mix of people. And one of the I don't know if we ended up hiring this person or not, but one of the most interesting people that I interviewed at a previous company for a role as a web analyst, had no experience analyzing websites, but
Okay,
I
interesting.
knew would be amazing at the job. And her background was in criminal forensics. Like, she collected crime data and analyzed crime trends, and nothing to do with web analytics. But that mindset, that mentality of understanding the system, figuring out how to collect data to better understand how to be better in, solving and preventing crimes, like, absolutely can apply to what we're doing here. We can teach you the tools. You can learn about Content Square or Adobe Analytics. Like, it doesn't matter. It's that mindset and mentality which is absolutely irreplaceable. So the people that come in tool driven, and I had this conversation the other day with a senior at one of the local universities, was kind of asking, well, what tools should I invest in? And what language should I learn? R? Should I learn Python? Should I get into data modeling? And I'm like, all really, really important questions, but not the question you should be asking. Like, the question you should be asking is, what things should I be doing to figure out how to hone my mind to be more analytical, to build that desire to better understand systems. That's what you should be thinking about, because the people, whether it's this industry or any other analytics related field, the people that ultimately are the most successful, it really has very, very little to do with the tools.